Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Oh, you're not gonna. Panic!
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to today's stream. We know we were off last week and the week before that. We usually try to do this at a 2-week schedule.
It's been a while since our last stream.
It has been a while, yes.
So
And last time
we left you, we had been running Justin's campaign. Justin is the guy who is actually streaming for us here.
No, last time we left, it was his game.
Was I not there for that?
You were there for that.
You were.
You tried to kill Derek and then succeeded.
Well,
Sure,
but I don't. Was that last?
It was a stream.
Was that streamed?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Apparently, he doesn't watch our own stream. I'm kind of disappointed.
But the points don't matter and everything is made up.
There you go.
I lived it.
Yeah.
You lived it. That's enough. The horror of living through it is enough to actually not want to watch it again. Anywho, who wants to tell us what happened last time when our intrepid heroes were on the foot?
We
They
beat a bunch
are
of zombies
horrible
using
people.
Create Pit. Or Mover.
That happened. 1 point to Henry. What else happened? Justin.
Everyone else in the
We
party's a
crashed.
horrible person.
We fucking fell from the sky, and the person who probably put all to sleep forgot I was an elf.
So you
So
survived
you-
the whole thing
you literally
while
lived
being
the
able to
horrors.
perceive it.
Yes.
That's right. That happened. Aaron, what else happened?
With some stupid caster guy riding something and throwing fireballs.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That also happened. And lastly, Dan, what happened?
In the middle of the night, I strapped Derek to the front of the ship as a figurehead, and then the ship crashed whilst I was unconscious, and Derek made a very nice bit of lubrication.
Yep, yeah, that happened.
Yeah,
That
that also freaking happened last time we did it
Can't
live.
say the L word. This is a family stream.
That's
Yeah.
why I didn't go
Also-
into detail.
also-
I just said he was lubrication.
You can't.
I didn't go into the quality of lubrication or
Dan.
like.
You're not making it better for yourself.
Sure. I did.
Okay. So after defeating the zombies and burning them to a crisp and surviving whatever that encounter was for you, you decided to pack up your things as best possible. Actually, you kind of forgot to do that, and you just headed out into the island that you have no idea how large it is,
that
no
sounds
idea of the
right.
landscape,
Yep.
and you're scared, confused, and tired.
Who you
In
calling?
that order.
And as you walk through, kind of hurriedly walking / running, you notice that the environment around you is kind of tropical. You know, in the sense the plants are not what you would usually find in parts of the world you're from. Yeah, tropical.
Z
And
is quite
the
comfortable
roads-
tropical.
It's fine being tropical. The road gets a bit tight here and there. You know, it's funny. There's a beaten path, you know here, and it gets a bit wider there and narrower here. So after about half an hour of just straight up just getting out of Dodge, I think you all kind of gather up and try to come to terms with what happened again and decide what to do next. Jacob is kind of like standing there, his hand on his chest, like breathing a bit. I haven't had to run in like a month.
Oh, chill up. We're all fine. A little exercise won't hurt you.
It's hard to say.
Well, in his case, it might kill him.
I don't know. I mean, I am human, so you know, not that horrible. But
I would say in this kind of
anywho,
environment, most people that die tired.
yeah, okay. What the fuck is the mood I'm having currently? Like, what the actual fuck?
Oh, were you not there when we fell out of the sky and
No, I was pretty much responsible for us all just crashing into the ocean and dying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, what was that about?
Have you ever tried to pilot a falling airship?
No, and I don't think I ever want to do it.
Seems like a
Nope.
very
Good
specific
choice.
set.
But why were we falling in the first place?
Well, somebody on this island apparently decided that this is a no-fly zone and shut us down.
Hmm.
And who was that?
I don't know, but I think the guy floating up in the air during the last fight is a pretty good bet.
Oh,
Do you
yes.
know who he is?
What?
Do you know who he is?
No. Why would I know that?
I don't know. Do you live on this island?
No.
Then who
Do
are
I
you?
look like I live on this island?
I believe you're
Maybe.
talking to the
What
captain.
What kind of racist bullshit is that?
Wait, who are we talking to?
Jacob.
Who's Jacob?
Oh,
The captain?
I'm sorry. He's a human captain.
Oh, disregard everything I just said.
Sorry,
thought
I forgot where I was at.
Very well, but this will come up in your quarterly review. It's going to be scathing.
Mm-hmm.
Do I actually work for him?
No, I don't work for
No.
him.
You were hired to come on this mission or elected to do it.
Not now.
So you're not technically employees, but cell sorts of the sort.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. We can't keep running. We have to pick a spot to best.
I mean,
We have to
probably.
find out where what this island is, how big it is. I only managed to catch a glimpse of it, and I know there are some mountains further. Let me just look at my map so I don't get the wrong. I saw some further mountains to the west, some large mountains to the west, and some plains to the north of us here, and a thicker sack forest right in front of us. But I was kind of occupied with, avoiding death. So I don't blame myself that much for finding out more, and I hope will not judge me for it.
Oh no, I don't want to put this deck in your back. No, not at all.
Say that one more time. Mountains to the west.
Plains to the north,
Okay.
and the forest in front of us.
In front
Do
of
you
us
have a
being
compass?
south,
In front of us being west.
west. Wait, I thought mountains were to the west.
Yeah, it's more mountains. Sorry,
Oh.
I get it. It's
So
further back.
what direction's the forest? Or is
Spread.
it's forest
You,
and then mountains?
it's forest, then mountains.
Well, I say the mountains are the best choice to find a nice place to live in.
No.
You can find a nice, cozy cave.
They were pretty far away though, like on the other side of the island. So
Yeah, so we'd have to go through the mountains first. Or the forest.
that's what the forest first, yeah. And I saw a hill. No, I'll think of it. A hill a bit more south of here.
Look, if we don't stop moving, more of those things might come and get us. So either we move now or we stay and fight here.
I think they're going to attack us regardless.
True.
I think they have the
Yeah.
home field advantage.
What I think we need to do, and I think you could all agree to this, is we need to find a place where we can set up defenses and
Yeah,
try.
like in the mountains.
There's a possibility of going to the mountains. That's very far away,
How far away do the mountains look?
like a day's travel.
Mm-hmm.
So, whereabouts on this island would you say we are?
On the eastern side, or the eastern shore of it.
Right. Directly east, not like northern east or southern east.
I mean, I don't really have a compass with me when I crash into the place.
Just
hang
trying to
on.
find our bearings. I don't need no stats from you.
I think so Vera chance up. I think we're a bit northeast. Not directly in the middle, in the eastern middle, but close. Is it east north, or is it northeast?
East,
Well then.
northeast.
What do you all think is the best option?
Are the mountains in, would you say, the middle of the island?
They're very, 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 very west of the island.
So
Like
on
the-
the
basically-
how big-
shore or in the middle?
It's closer to the shore, and on the west side.
Just trying to make a map.
See, the thing is, I, as a GM, would like to show you my map, but I can't yet because that wouldn't make sense.
Well, unless we
Okay.
find a good vantage point.
You know what? Let's just try to walk around and find a good spot. And then
Well-
lay camp for the night, heal our injuries, and then figure out what to do from there.
Is it a big forest?
The forest, it was pretty big.
Is the forest like a jungle type thing? You said this
Jungle-like
was
thing,
in
yeah.
the tropics.
Hmm. Yeah, you're partially close to the edge of the forest, so you can get in. And there's some palm trees mixed in with some mangrove trees, and other tropical trees whose names I can't remember. And always, basically, it's like Jurassic Park, the movie.
Okay.
Like that island.
They made a movie? Is it based off
Yes.
Jurassic World?
I'm gonna
It's
pretend
after-
this just
after
never
they-
happened.
After they captured all of the dinosaurs, they put them into a small enclosed area. I think it's the sequel to Jurassic World.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they decided to scale back operations.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, like releasing dinosaurs onto the world. I mean, that's fun and all. Lots of casualties, but if you stick them
Mm.
behind fences,
I
Who could've
know,
put a
I
live stream?
know this is a joke, but God, I'm still mad.
But that's the kind of like tropical setting I want you to think about. Those all those leafy things and things like that. Now you haven't seen dangers in that type yet. I'm pretty sure there aren't dinosaurs displaying on this one. Wouldn't make sense with that. Maybe just one.
I'm making a really shitty ASCII map.
Okay.
Yep.
Also, I saw lots of rivers, and they seem to have like a meeting point in the middle of the island.
That is interesting.
Like a lake?
I don't know. It was covered in fog or
A
covered in clouds.
It's a delta. I
If you
gave up
want
on
to
my
survive,
That's terrible.
the best plan might be to find some source of fresh water. It's going to be the biggest limiting factor.
Boiling seawater is not always the best option, but it is an option should it.
That is more difficult if we can, especially if
Oil
we don't have the
seawater,
technology.
collect the steam.
I'm not so worried about create. I can create water as a cantrip. It's fine. Don't really.
Magic sure is useful.
It's convenient then.
Yeah. Kind of takes the fun out of it, doesn't it?
No?
What
Is-
fun?
Yes, it definitely takes the fun out of fearing for my life on a daily basis.
I guess you just don't get it.
I would definitely want my life to be far less convenient than it currently is, just for the sake of having fun.
I mean,
In case you can't tell, I'm being very
it's fine. It's fine. Your races have different opinions about that.
Excuse me. Are you telling me that you're bored right now?
I mean, yeah, a bit. That's Silvera the cleric.
You do realize what situation we're in right now.
Yeah, it's exciting. But all this talking and not doing anything is kind of boring.
Well, let's get going.
That sounds like a good idea. I guess so. Which one of you is confident in your abilities to lead? Actually,
I am.
Who
mildly
has
competent.
survival? Oh, I have survival.
Who here is proficient with survival?
I
I
am.
am.
You are.
I'm a sailor.
Alright, so you can. Let's start with one of you guys first, and then and one of you can be the backup to check out this location. You know, the way you don't always roll. Like with Henry rolls well. I'm going to give you then a bonus to your survival check
You just give him
to see how
advantage.
I don't
dangerous.
think I'm that confident. I think I'm confident backing someone up.
Alright, so
Let's see our survival rolls. Because does anyone else have any survival?
No, I'm not proficient. I'm a +3 though.
I'm gonna -2.
I wasn't going to get into like all of the numbers. I'm proficient. That's literally all I have going for me. I am not wise.
Also,
Okay,
if-
I'll roll. It's
yeah, that will just give that means not to give him advantage, so it'll be a 17.
Oh, I
okay.
thought I was backing him up.
Oh, are
Fail.
You
but
fail.
Yeah, you failed making your 8 action in, so you come with a lot of suggestions of going towards where the wind is blowing,
But
because
it's
you know,
still
well,
17.
it's still 17. That's pretty good. Okay, roll d4 for me.
Okay.
Anybody?
Since I rolled survival, 1d4. 3.
Okay. Let me check my map. Where did I say that thing was?
yeah.
Sorry, not that thing, that place. Sorry.
What was our agreed upon direction? Because I was gonna suggest heading towards the mountains for now.
Hi. You are heading west, in towards the forest, and it's getting the overgrowth is getting thicker and thicker around you, until you reach a spot where there's you hear the sound of rushing water, and as you get closer to the rushing water, you see that there's a spot where there's a smallish alcove thing, like you're on a precipice above the river, and you can see there's a walk path beneath towards the river where is a small cave thing there.
There
What
is
do you
no
do?
way this could possibly go wrong.
Can I tell anything? What do I have to roll to tell anything about the cave?
Oh, you already rolled, so that's fine. You see that it's naturally occurring to an extent. You being proficient with moving earth would see that it wasn't of a magical means. And however you interpreted that meaning.
Well, I
is up
was
to you.
basically going to ask for stone cutting.
Oh, yeah,
Stone
sure.
cutting is
Yeah, I was asking if I could. What does stone
Yes,
cutting
you
do?
may. I've totally forgot about that thing you have there.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead
say,
and do it.
I don't remember what stone cutting is exactly, but I'm pretty sure it had to do with manufactured stone.
It can also just have to do with stone in particular, to see what could be made with the stone, I think. Let me just check this thing.
Well, Henry,
Did you
just
link
Yep.
stone cutting?
yeah, just
Let's.
on your
I'm gonna
on your character sheet, just hit stone cutting.
stone cutting.
Yeah.
Whenever you make an intelligence history check related to the origin of stonework, you are considered proficient in history and add double your proficiency bonus to a check instead of normal proficiency bonus.
Stone.
It's a stretch, but go ahead.
Okay. Add +2 to this. So 22.
You're pretty sure that the stone at the cave is pretty malleable and decent stone. You're sure you could make a very good sculpture out of it? And it seems like somebody has tried to do that, and there's some deep indentation and grooves on it. As like some 3 lines next to each other, going like decently down. And some of them like sometimes the lines are like shifted 45 degrees and go a short distance only. But you see that the spaces between the lines is equally distant.
Would you say this is a volcanic clastic rock? Or some other kind
No.
of sedimentary rock?
Is it a metamorphic, sedimentary, or igneous rock?
Right.
Okay,
I tried to
you
be
bunch
quippy.
of
I
nerds.
tried to be quippy with the geology nerd. Damn it!
I don't think any of us are geology. Wait,
I
Henry, are you a
kind
geologist?
of am.
We
My
need to
grandpa
know
was a
this
geologist.
information. It's very important.
Damn
Listen,
it!
if it's a volcanic clastic
Nerds!
sedimentary rock, that means that it was caused by a volcano. That's all I care about. I googled it.
No, you can tell it wasn't caused by a volcano.
Yay.
So it isn't that type of rock.
We aren't
I don't know,
all
it's
in
close to-
immediate danger
So
of
it's most
burning
likely
alive.
sedimentary.
Sure, that word. What do you do? It's getting close. It's getting close to dawn actually. Because
Oh.
it's happening in the night at night thing.
That's right.
Totally threw me off. I've never heard it pronounced that way.
What?
I've always heard like sedimentary. I mean, that makes sense. Like definitely
elementary?
Yeah, rather than sedimentary.
Oh, wow,
Sedimentary.
we really have these conversations. Yeah.
So should
No.
we just continue marching on or stay a few hours in this cave?
Well, you take a look around, and it's close to the river, so you have fresh water. It's
Not that we
close to
really
the forest, so you can tell that you have plenty of resources abound. Like as you walk through the forest, you did see like wild animals.
How
of
deep does this
various-
cave look like it goes?
What kind of animals did we see in the forest?
You saw many birds, because those usually have. Um, Make me an nature check. You saw birds. They were plenty pretty different. You saw some reptiles here and there.
Did I see any
Um,
snakes?
you actually saw just one snake.
I'm gonna make friends with it.
Okay.
Go back out to the
Yeah,
forest.
yeah. You're gonna use your charm animal with
Yep.
the snake variant thing. Okay, do you
Wow.
have a morsel of food?
I assume.
I mean,
Trail
do
rations.
you? Because I'm pretty sure it's still in the ship if you didn't pick the things with you.
I
Well,
am
unless
assuming we brought food with us.
Yeah, we would have done that, dude.
did you?
Yeah, I assume I have my
Yeah, we have our stuff with us.
which
I
isn't
mean, you were
much.
pretty much attacked the moment after you.
Yeah, but we had time after we were attacked, dude, to get
Would
our
we?
stuff.
Well, would we head into the forest without like
Yeah, we would have gotten stuff.
taking supplies?
Okay, sure. You took some supplies. So you have some food with you.
I feel like I would have just grabbed my backpack.
Yeah,
Which
same here.
isn't much, to be fair.
If your question is, do I have food in my inventory? The answer is yes.
Okay. Depois passa wisdom save for champion. It's a snake, so it's a little snake. Like it has some. You can already tell due to your penchant to working with poison, it isn't poisonous.
It's fine.
It's one of those who just strikes and then swallows.
I
It's points.
I don't want to use it for combat. I just want to have it right on my shoulders.
Yeah, that's what I
I
thought.
just want a buddy.
It's kind of cute, it's snuggling around your
You
neck
need
and
to
kind
get
of.
a small hat.
It's black and actually no, that would make sense according to the it's actually it's black with brown spots on it, so it can blend into the ground beneath in the precious here. What's its name?
Snake.
Snake.
Snack.
Snake!
This little snake.
Little snake I found in the forest.
There you
What are
go.
you, Native American?
That's its surname. I found
that
it.
I found in the forest.
If we ever get fan artists, I want a fan picture of that. You was snake it around your neck.
I'll just hold it up and be like, "You are my little snake. You're coming with me."
I'm going to take you away from the only home you've ever known, with the promise of a better life.
Probably not. I just want to see.
I'm pretty sure snakes are far quieter than that.
So what are we doing?
Yeah, what are you doing, guys?
uh,
I mean, this kind of
temporarily
looks
camping at the
good. We could stay here,
Uh,
set up camp, and you see Patricia kind of slumped down next to the cave wall entrance and like, yeah, as long as I don't get to move anymore for today, that's good.
How deep does the cave look?
I don't know. Go check.
Oh, no, I'm asking you as the GM.
Yeah, how far can you see?
60 feet with dark vision?
It goes 60 feet, and then you can't really see much more.
It goes further than 60 feet.
Okay, I start walking into the cave.
I would like to check the cave for, like, I don't know, markings? Like claw markings or script from people who have been here before.
you mean the size of animal that might live here or other some people?
I'm gonna go with him into the cave.
Okay. Then make me a nature check.
Nature.
I mean, there are those lines you keep seeing everywhere, and you don't really. It looks like there could have been something here, but you're definitely sure it's gone. So back to you two guys. Go exploring the cave.
Roll for initiative.
Am I seeing anything unusual?
And it's dark vision, so it's black and white in a dark cave. Do you want to light up?
No,
No.
Fine,
we're
unusual.
staying stealthy.
You are not seeing anything that is moving. You don't see anything
In fact,
out
I'll roll
of.
stealth.
I'll try it too.
Okay, Pierre, you're pretty sure you're stealthy as fuck right now. And sorry, I forget your character's name.
Z.
See, you're more stealthier than him, and you can you kind of help him out a bit here and there, and saying like, "Don't step there, don't step there." But yeah, you are walking through a dark enclosed space. There are some occasional drips of water bloop, from stalagmites.
The
No.
one on the roof.
Stalactites.
Stalactites are also on the roof. Bloop, bloop.
Easy way to
They're
remember
like-
stalagmites versus stalactites. You take the
Come
M and the T, capitalize them both. M's jut up from the ground, T's hang from the ceiling.
Or just remember that tights are tight. Awesome.
Thank you for the science lesson.
Nerds.
It's an
Just kidding.
educational stream. It's a family-friendly educational stream.
So is this leading into like a full-on cavern system?
After about 3 minutes of walking, you see, and the path is like bending here and bending the other way, going down a little bit, going up a little bit, but eventually come towards light. And
I'm
you
seeing
are-
light.
Yeah. Oh.
How far underground can I estimate I am?
5 feet currently, and it's going upwards. You're inclined right now. You're walking.
Ah. Were there other side passages and stuff that were there,
Nope.
or was it just a straight thing?
I mean, there were like two that were just dead ends, and with nothing in them. So you have a good enough passive perception. So if there was anything there, you would probably seen it. I mean, you did hear some crunching noises, and upon expecting it, there were bones. So that was disconcerting. But now you're at the end of the cave, you're basically on the other side of the river. And I'm just going to try to reveal an area here and then show you the map. Boom. Players, move to the map. Can you just see what I've marked, right?
I
Yeah.
see R here, and then there's a circle.
There's about 10 squares lit up.
Yes, perfect. I did that right. You emerge over here on the other side of the river.
Well, that was convenient. I
Well,
guess if we figure out which side of the river we want to be on. That will come in handy.
It appears so. Wish this cave went deeper, but can't have everything.
Do I see them on the other side of the river?
Make me a perception check.
I think I'm passable at those.
You
If I
don't
could
see
roll it.
them
Okay.
because they're very stealthy. But you see some
Check.
brushes move.
See some brushes move?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably an animal.
Yeah, probably.
Make a passive insight check on the brush. I'm kidding. Well, okay. I vote that we. And actually, no, I shouldn't have to vote. I'm the captain. I decide. But I want to hear you guys' opinions because, that's a professional environment, Can't take your opinions in and then I make a judgment based on that. So, what do you think? Should we stay here? All those in favor say aye. Oh, he's waiting for the other two to return if they're choosing to do so.
Yeah, we'll come
Yeah,
back
I'll
out.
head back.
So, you're present when he asked us instead.
Well, it's perfectly fine a place to stay to rest up.
It provides cover in case they're trying to search for us from the sky, which does seem to be his modus operandi.
And I
And
suppose it also provides us an escape route in case that if they come to us to attack us.
yeah, so perfectly good place for now.
Are you suggesting that cave has an exit as well?
Yes.
It's a lead through. Though the difficulty of that is we'll probably want to set up a double watch so that we can watch both exits.
Okay. So, Silvera, don't you have something you can start on, like to help fortify us here before we take a watch? Hang on. I think I do. What was it again?
Well, I could probably block up the other entrance with Move Earth for now.
Oh yeah. I can sanctify the space, the area, so
How's
so
that?
they could.
What does that do?
I can basically make this area holy.
Yes. How does that help?
Well, we already have a hole here, so I don't think it needs to be any more holy than it already is.
My friend
Yeah,
is
Well,
I don't know if sanctification is the best use of magic at the moment.
Well, I can block up the other entrance with Move Earth.
That would make it less holy.
Just considering that we mostly have been fighting undead so far, having an area where they literally can't enter might be a good thing.
That's what that spell does?
Yeah. And it is not sanctification, it's a 6th level spell called Hallow.
How powerful is this caster?
Pretty. Oh, sorry, it's a 5th level spell. My bad.
still
Yeah.
I've got first level.
But she couldn't put you to sleep.
no, boys.
Sorry, it's not sleep, it's technically, well, coma.
Almost still, I can't.
Medically,
I can't put this.
Magically induced coma.
it's a magically induced coma.
I still won't walk.
Yeah,
around.
which is why you saw the crash happen from your perspective.
Yeah,
You saw all this ship fold in on itself, but it didn't take any harm from it.
You'll probably also see it tonight when you fall asleep, and tomorrow night, and the night after that. For a couple of years. Until
Probably.
you get over trauma.
Probably going to have nightmare. Going to have a phobia about enclosed spaces.
After
No.
3 years of seeing a therapist, you finally start to make progress on your on your PTSD. But for now, you have to live with the nightmares.
So are we staying here or not?
Seems like a good place for now.
You are.
Right. So
At
she
least
gets
until we
out.
find a better cave.
I mean, we kind of do need some base of operations because like Patricia can't really walk that far, and Gore, damn it, the name Conk is also kind of hurt. So, I mean,
Well, will you be able to heal them once you get rested up?
yeah, but the emotional toll.
Yes. What are you talking about?
Seeing all the friends just die.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking
Friends,
about.
that would cause quite the emotional toll.
It
Yes.
does?
I guess.
You're not playing Nemesis.
Oh.
Mhm.
Are you getting your characters confused here, Henry?
Yeah, maybe a little. Well, honestly, his emotions have been basically torn out by his long dead father.
I
Why
mean,
is
he
it that
isn't
like
that.
the
You
characters you
you
play
may
are
call him long
psychopaths?
dead, but he isn't that long dead. It's only been like 2 years.
Yes, that was enough.
Why does it seem like
Okay.
most of the characters you play are psychopaths?
I don't know.
Play
You
what
might
you
say
know.
something about me?
Let's say, should we glean something from that?
All I'm saying is, if we make this a permanent base, I can make sure that we won't be, well, in a limited area, of course, wouldn't be harmed, but yeah, because I literally can't go into it.
What's stopping you from casting that spell more than once?
The material and components.
What are the material components?
Uh, herbs, oils, and inserts worth at least 1,000 GP. So
What is GP?
it's very gold. Sorry,
Ah,
it's very expensive to do. And since we're on an island where there's probably not any trade going on, I'm maybe not going to find more of it, but I'm pretty sure I don't have any more oils.
How long does this spell last?
It's until it's dispelled.
Hmm. Perhaps we need to find a. Is this really the best location possible?
It's the one you found. Sure, we can go further if you want.
well, we have to rest a bit.
Yeah,
Wait
I was
for-
only suggesting staying here for the nights.
Oh yeah. Well, okay, fine. Let's put up a watch. Who wants to take the first watch? I can do that.
Or I
Jacob says.
Let's
Who
see,
wants
how
to
many
take?
of us are there?
Okay, so
like 80.
you have 18. No, you have Gunk, and Patricia. You have 4 unnamed and undescriptive NPCs that could potentially be PCs in the future. That are just a measured clump of shadows right now. Being both introduced and not introduced at the same time. They're kind of a non-state. You just tend to ignore them.
Are they quantum characters or are they Schrodinger characters?
What?
Are they quantum characters or are they Schrodinger characters?
They are Schrodinger characters.
Okay. If they're quantum characters, that means that they have proficiency in all skills, have 20 was it 21 is the highest
Oh my god.
in all
Really?
stats.
Really?
Also, let's see. So there's 8 crew that survived. Did you say?
There's Conk, Patricia, there's Jacob, Rex, and Silvera, and those 4 others.
Okay, so 9 plus us 4. I don't know why I
13.
specified us because as far as I know, everyone's the same. But so yeah, that puts us to 13 if we guard both exits. Then that'll have 6 shifts that we can run. Yeah, let's have 2 people per night and run a 3-shift watch, or 2 people per exit and have 3 shifts.
Okay. So who's going where? Let's call the entrance you arrive to first. We will call entrance 1.
The closer entrance.
It's called entrance 1 and 2. Let me just look at the maps you've given me.
How like wide is the river?
The river is pretty wide. It's a distance you're pretty sure you could swim. I never got down to think about how wide it would be. Let's just say 150 feet.
Okay.
I mean, you could swim it.
That's like a good half minute of swimming.
Yeah. But it's also relatively fast.
I'm still in relatively good shape. I'll go ahead and take first watch, second entrance, with whoever wants to be there and not talk.
We have like 3 people.
That's
wanting to
fine with
take
me.
first
I'll
watch.
join you.
Great.
All right, that means I'll make Rex and Silvera first. No, Rex and Jacob take the first watch on the first entrance.
Wait, 2 people per entrance?
Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
13 people, so if we run 2 people per entrance, that gives us enough for 3 shifts. Quick maths.
Now, random encounters. How do I do that?
However you want.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Let's roll perception checks from you guys. You can either roll with advantage for one or both roll.
I'll let the guy I'm with roll with advantage.
Okay.
There is. I don't know how much you guys you characters are used to sleeping in outside. I mean, I know that. See, you're probably very familiar with this kind of environment and also the sentiment you're feeling you're in right now of being watchful of what's around you. I don't know so much about you, Cass. Did you spend much time outside
Yeah.
growing up?
I'm a criminal. I mean, a
criminal.
charlatan.
Smooth criminal.
A smooth criminal. A charlatan. I'm always been on that. I've also lived outside.
Why
Maybe
can't I
on
see
the
this?
streets?
Oh no, I'm also I'm half elf. This is my elven blood.
He's from West Philadelphia, born and raised.
On the playground where you spent most of your days
Yours. I
living
am
out,
so
chilling out,
glad
relaxing out. Cool.
no one is watching this stream right now for that one.
Don't worry, we'll have worse than that.
I think they
I
left
can't
after my
see
puns.
Well, then it's also no surprise for you that there are like sounds at night. That there are some nocturnal nocturnal animals here, and it's just like birds chirping. You're pretty sure you saw a bat.
I'm also watching the little snake. If it seems to have any fear reaction as we went on.
Besides not being nocturnal and probably being asleep right now.
Little snakes are nocturnal. I don't know if this one is.
Well, you found
I
it
mean,
during
it's
the day.
snakes are cold-blooded because they're reptiles,
Yeah.
which means that they would need to be awake at day to not die.
Well, they hibernate when it gets
Depends.
cold. They don't die; they just hibernate.
Depends. If we're in like a tropical climate, though, it's gonna be warm at night as well.
Yeah, and it's also got the black skin and brown spots, so it's probably good as a camouflage killer. So it would probably be a nocturnal too, taking the most advantage on that of that. So
So you
yeah,
literally
it's like,
kidnapped it whilst it was sleeping. Got it.
Yeah.
and you gave it food, so it instantly like got that you apologized to it. It's kind of like okay, that's why it curled around your neck and just fell asleep again.
Because
Well-
because if my kidnapper gives me food, I definitely accept that this is an okay situation that I'm in.
That's pretty much how pets work.
But then again, it's also like a reptile. It doesn't have a high enough intelligence. It just kind of like went with the flow at that point. I'm trying to make subtle references that the snake is the reincarnation of Derek. I'm kidding.
I'm trying to find a point
Or
where I
am
can
I?
insert a really interesting kind of pun. I say interesting. Mainly because I don't want to say funny, because I don't want to get everyone's expectations too high.
Okay, but nothing otherwise seems to happen. You two share an silenced presence with each other. There are times when you guys, like, one of you coughs and the other like stares at you and goes back to staring outside.
That's sexual tension.
It's palpable. It could be cut with a knife.
It has been cut with a knife. Twice. They just didn't notice.
It was done by the sexual tension fairy, relief fairy, and your perception was so low you didn't even spot it.
I feel like the sexual tension relief fairy would be the name of a really bad porno.
I am sure it's the name of a bad porno.
And if you can't find it, you just you haven't looked hard enough. Just imagine it. I'm sleeping right now. Don't bump up next to me. And then the fairy comes in through the window. It is I, the sexual relief fairy.
Sexual
I'm here
tension relief fairy. I've come to relieve your sexual tension.
by being the most closest dude out there with the biggest dick. I don't know what I'm saying. You can just
No,
bleep
it's not.
it.
I don't think we've actually infringed upon Twitch TOS yet. Yet.
I mean, Critical Role has had some more right stuff than that, but fine.
Listen, in a stream, I once listened to someone have a conversation about how awkward German porn was. So, in detail. So we haven't gotten that close. So I don't think we've gotten.
Anyway, your shift ends, and who is going to replace you?
I can take second watch. Alone, I
Unless
guess.
Henry.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take second watch.
Okay, and two of the nameless NPCs shared a second watch with, but a second entrance, first entrance.
Who's
It's
Z?
kind of weird.
Sees me.
So, why don't you roll a perception check, one of you or both of you?
Oh.
20.
Yeah, I'm gonna also roll. If I rolled over a 10, I might actually be helpful. I don't think I've done that at all today.
Nope. You are pretty much distracting Pierre a little bit by becoming restless at the slightest sound of a rustling bush, like, oh, what's that over there? And Pierre's like, it's a bird. It's always a bird.
I'm just
And
standing there like a stone statue. Not even moving.
If that's the case, then I probably find like during one of my I'm being distracted by noises trysts, I definitely come back bearing leaves and I decorate you. Just so you're more camouflaged. But also because you haven't acted against it yet, so
make a dexterity check, just a flat out dexterity. Unless you have proficiency in disguise kit.
oh just
Also. Oh, or actually, make a survival check. Oh,
You can roll this. Deception.
Well,
I'd rather
survival
just
also
take the
works.
dexterity check.
that's fine. It's over 10. You get the leaves to stick into his hair and beard, and if he has a beard, I don't know. Has to character
I'm a
beard?
dwarf.
Of course, he has a beard. But I'm
Plus,
saying,
I'm probably aware of how much respect goes towards a dwarf's beard, so I wouldn't actually like unbraid it to braid in leaves. I'd probably just like find a loose braid and stick a leaf in there.
you do, and
That
make a
one
perception check.
rare.
Make a perception check.
Who, me?
Yeah, you're pretty sure it looks good on him.
I mean,
Like
I'm
it
not
gives.
trying to make like a flower crown or anything. I'm just trying to.
No, but you think it gives him like this rough edge to his look. That's kind of like what was missing. You're impressed by your own work.
I did it for shits and giggles, just like I tied Derek to the front of the ship for shits and giggles.
Yeah. Wonder what's going to happen next, Pierre?
Will Pierre become ship lubricant?
I just take it out and
feel kind of-
continue just standing there not moving.
Preston, you get a bit sad, like, but you accept it. You know, it's kind of like, oh, spent all that work doing that and just gone.
I mean, I literally went to go investigate a noise, found out it was nothing, grabbed a leaf, or two, or 8, or maybe 15. I don't know. And then just like
I think
threw
it was 15.
them over Pierre.
I mean, you want those guys that if they want to do something, they're going to do it right, you know. So yeah, it's like when you're tying a knot, you know, you want to do it right, otherwise it's going to not work the way it's intended to work.
Well, if I don't tie it right, it'll be left.
Right.
No,
Oh
left.
my god.
That pun is terrible. 1 point to Dan. Can we like add a scoreboard down in the bottom next to our names?
I'm not doing it.
That would be funny. But the rest of your shift ends up uneventful.
That's good.
It's pretty good. Or actually, it's like uneventful in the sense that nothing comes out and attacks you. You know, and that's what you always expect once you on a situation as a player. You know, like, oh, is something going to get me? But you do. What does happen is though that um, the clouds kind of part for a moment as you are having your shift. Actually, no, it doesn't because it's daytime. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about like nocturnal stuff and whatnot, but it's like
It's
it's
day.
midday, and we've all just selectively ignored that several times during the conversation.
No, I was just gonna see when he was gonna realize he was talking about
It-
nocturnal days at daytime.
You know what? Fuck it. It's nighttime again.
See,
Wow,
I
wow,
was
that's
kind of
moving
assuming that
fast.
we had just hung around until night, and that's when we had done the shifts.
Yeah, that's what I figured
Mm.
as well. to be
Because
fair.
I mean, it's not like we don't have people that are trying to recover.
Yeah.
So what you discover doing that is that for a moment the clouds part over your head, and both of the moons are full and shining,
Oh,
and it's a welcome sight for you.
well,
Being a
it's right.
a seaman, you know, and having been on the open ocean lots of times, it's always good to see the moons because that means that, well, that the worst is behind you. You know, just the storm has passed.
I glance at Pierre. Is he any hairier than he was like 20 minutes ago?
He
Because
is not.
this is like building up to suddenly someone transforms into a werewolf because full moons.
Any hair? Well, maybe
Make
a
it for.
werewolf might be less hairy than a dwarf.
Good point. Uh, make an insight check, Preston.
Oh, insight. I'm proficient in that. Hey, I rolled over a 10.
You are definitely sure he's still himself.
Yeah. Okay.
And with that funny delay, I think. How does shift work again? Yeah.
The last
Some.
shift is all NPCs.
It's all NPCs. Especially because Silvera doesn't need to sleep that much. She only needs 4 hours. And
There.
that's it. You get a okay rest. I mean, it's hot and it's bothersome and noise all around you and it's moist,
Humid.
humid. That's word for it.
I'm quite happy.
It's moist.
I come from the jungle. I'm quite happy with this.
I
Mhm.
come from more desert areas. I don't like this.
Yeah, you can get pretty used to the heat, Pierre, but like it's the humidity that's just annoying to you.
Yeah,
Like
I come.
like your beard was all proper because of the combs and haven't taken away the moisture, but it's just been curling up as it got to the island. Okay, so we still have our main mission to accomplish, but let's add to our mission goals getting off this island uh, alive.
I agree.
Like he takes some chalk out and writes on the cabin wall, mission statement, underlines it. Getting out alive is first point. Second point, finding out what happened here. Third point, um, stopping whatever is happening here. Question mark. Four, get Um, well, see, that's the thing. I think once we get like those three things settled, um, the rest will just be easy.
Why don't we just have one goal: get off the island?
I mean, wouldn't it kind of be a waste?
Waste of what?
Yeah, we came all this way here to do like 2 and 3, and then we just leave before getting to doing 2 and 3.
I
Is
think
this the
you.
island we're supposed to be on?
Yeah,
I don't think you understand the situation we're in. We need to get off the island and survive. The other two don't matter until the other ones are done. The first one's done.
I'm
What's
gonna agree
2 and
about the
3 again?
survival.
I mean, considering that we were literally shot out of the air, we might need to take care of that or have a good plan to get around that. Because I'm not sure that the thing that wanted us to die necessarily wants us to leave.
He's probably just protecting the rest of the world from a very easily spreadable disease that we've all.
See, that's a good point. That could be. That's why we have point 2 and 3 up on the board.
Yes,
Point 2 on the board.
point 2 and 3 can be fun. It's fine, but our main point is number 1.
Right.
And then when you get another ship and more
See,
people,
that's why I have an idea. Me and the rest of the crew are going to focus on point 1, building a ship, maybe a boat, a float, or something. We're close to the river here. We can use the river to get to the sea, and then we have that settled. Because it's going to take us time to build anything that will maybe last the journey towards where we came from. We're 2 weeks away from where we left. It's going to take a hell of a long time to get there. And besides, if you even are going with that route of a boat, at that point Rex pipes up. I can't remember the voice. We don't really need to build a boat. I can just cast this teleportation spell.
Why haven't you cast that before?
yes,
I was
You could have
tired.
moved on. Oh, well then let's get out of here then.
Right. All right. And he takes out his components and start to scribble on the ground. His rabbit is next to him, kind of like hopping around in a circle, hopping on in a circle.
Step over to Pierre and I say, wait, hang on, wait, just 10 gold says this doesn't work.
I lean in and says 30.
All right, 30 gold says this doesn't work.
Might be right. From what I know about teleportation spells, you just cast it.
Right. So that's a limited understanding of teleportation magic. It actually sometimes you have to create a hole in the fabric of space and time to travel large distances.
So
Like
what
when I make
teleportation spell are you talking?
teleportation circle, of course, I make a copy of I make a rune impression of this place on the ground, and I then actually know it. I make a copy of the destination in mind on the ground, and then I activate that circle, and we can go to the right place in a matter of an instant.
If you have teleportation circle, don't you have greater teleport?
I don't know what level spell is that.
I
Also, it wasn't in the compendium. Let me just create teleport.
I don't know what that is.
teleportation
Direct
circle
teleport.
is a 5th level spell.
Hmm.
Cast time 1 minute.
And teleportation creator is a 7 level spell, so no, he doesn't have access to that.
Well then,
No.
continue drawing your circle.
I mean, if you want to take over, you can. If you have access to create teleport, that would be fantastic news.
I do not. I do not know
Right.
greater teleport.
Right. Okay. It happens. And he continues to make the rune. And as it's done, it starts to the chalk lines he has drawn on the soot and ground. Sorry, not the ground and soil. And starts to hum delightfully pitch. And then he speaks to the destination in mind. By the power in me, I choose the the 4 mages tower. And it flares up and make an Arcana check. Anyone who is trained in it.
Ah, damn it.
Oh, no.
Now I rolled bad.
It looks right to you. But Rex kind of like, huh. It looks fine. What's that rabbit? He tosses his familiar into it, and you just see a rabbit get eviscerated.
I hold out my open hand towards Pierre.
I look at you in a confused way.
You owe him money
Why do I owe him money?
I
because
made a bet that this wouldn't work for 30 gold.
There was a bet?
Yes.
I don't remember any bet.
Well, that's terrible. I just lost my pet familiar.
Yeah, just get another one.
Maybe you should get some feelings, but fine. And then the magic fades from the circle, and there's a bit of black smoke coming out of the chalk lines.
So, what went wrong?
Well,
By looks of
first
it,
up, my
everything.
rabbit got. I think it has something to do with. Huh. Well, considering my rabbit and best friend got eviscerated, it seems like there's a bit of instability going into the circle, which is probably caused by an interfering force. It's kind of like when you have a tuning fork and another tuning fork, and the sounds in a different pitch, and the waves crash against each other and cancel out.
So
Some get doubled, but
what I'm hearing is you should have muttered, but you mumbled instead, or something inane like that.
or something matched whatever I was saying to the point that the magic failed, which is terrible.
So it's entirely
Okay,
got it.
entirely my fault?
Is that not the case?
No.
Generally speaking, if you can't duplicate it, don't complain.
Well, I'm not
Yeah,
complaining.
look. C gets it. I like you, C.
Yes.
So,
Great.
what are our options here?
I know nothing of magic,
Let's build
except having
a
seen
boat.
little bits and pieces of whatever the easy ones are
Right.
called.
Did any of the boat Swain? Sorry, I'm not much on about the builders survive. People that maintain the boat.
Shipwrights.
Yes.
Usually they are not actually on the ship.
No.
Hmm?
But Jake packs up. Okay, considering that failed, I think we should. Yeah, we need someone to stay behind here and build that goddamn boat, and we need someone to check out the thing that's preventing us from leaving.
Build a boat?
And or go on an epic adventure into the island. I know it's a hard choice, but somebody has to build the boat. And I couldn't think of a better person, a better persons to do that than those 4 blobs of shadow over there.
I'm sure one of them was a shipwright that was for some reason on a ship instead of building a ship. Makes perfect sense to me.
I will
Maintenance
supervise
thing.
them. I will supervise it. Rex, you will be here trying to discover whatever magic there was in there. And Severa, you will be here to help the injured. So that leaves you 4 people to explore further into the island and discover what you can. Come back and go out again. Now, if you're going to go far enough away that you won't be able to return the same day, we have something for that. And he looks at Silverella, who looks into her bag and pulls out 4 stones. These stones have a lightish bluish color to them. In a split, actually, it has 3 splits in it with that hum out a lightish bluish color. And she passes them out to you. And Jacob says, "These are stones of far speech. They will allow you to communicate with us from anywhere on the planet, basically."
Why haven't you used? Have you used these to call for help yet?
Because they have to be tuned to the correct frequency.
Yes, I would assume that they're a matching set.
Yeah, so like I have one here that matches your force.
Why don't you have any that match the company?
Well, it's on the ship. So it probably is still there and not broken. We can make that one of our missions to go back into the ship and find this stone over there.
Do they break easily typically?
I've never broken one, but I've heard stories about a guy who once crushed them in his hand, so I'm not entirely unconvinced that could be broken.
Z looks down at his shield and says, "In my experience, magic items tend to be fairly durable, but I'm not familiar with those particular stones."
Well then,
Yeah, apparently he was a pretty big guy. I just took his word for it at the time.
I mean,
I guess it might be good to look for some. Contact help and have them send out a ship to come nearby, but not too close where we could just row out to it or some such thing.
isn't there a spell that lets you talk to people very far away?
Yeah, sending. Sorry, sending.
I look over to the other wizard. Do you happen to have that spell in your book?
Nope.
Can't
It'll be
clerics do
pretty
something
convenient.
Do clerics have that spell?
Pretty sure they do, yeah. But this one doesn't.
Yeah, she does.
Clerics have access to all cleric spells.
Well, she doesn't today.
Okay.
That's pretty convenient. Yeah.
Yeah, bard, cleric, and wizard.
Isn't it like a first
What?
level spell?
No, that's That's for short
It's a
distances.
third level spell.
You might be thinking of the
Right.
cantrip.
But
It's
even
short
if we
distance.
get help, it's going to. We can contact help tomorrow, right, Silvera? Yes. I can choose it next day when I make my communion with my God. But the thing is, it's still going to take them 2 weeks to get here, or possibly even longer by ship if they're going by ship.
It's fine.
And since
I've got things I need to search for on this island anyway. Plus, we need to disable whatever it was that crashed our ship. A rescue vessel is no use if it just falls to the same trap.
yeah, and besides, if we can manage to disable that person, maybe we can just teleport out of here. That still seems to be the quickest route. It's just the question mark stopping us right now. And at that point, I think we're gonna have to take a little 5-minute break.
Yeah.
It freeze frames the picture freeze frames, and we're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Yep.
Be right back, guys.
Yep.
Actually, I'm just gonna move my charger to my.
Ready to fling.
God damn.
Before or after I quoted a Hearthstone card?
After.
Uh,
No, they heard it.
Whoever was watching.
At this point, no one. It's just
I think
us.
we owe Twitch watchers at this point.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
It's fine. It's mostly for fun and for being able to revisit it. The fondness of memory of the adventures we've explored together.
We were an asshole to every NPC ever.
That sounds about right. That's
Yeah, Henry is continuing his streak.
I will
And
attempt to continue it.
I'm normally a pretty.
So, are we live?
one.
We've been live.
Can
I
I
guess
hear?
we'll do it live.
You'd be able to hear yourself.
I think I have to get new headphones. Mine have been acting wonky the last couple
Okay.
of.
Oh, can you not hear us?
I can hear you in one ear sometimes, and sometimes both. Alright,
Sleep,
we'll be live.
you're getting 1 year at.
Yeah. Alright.
This is your conscience speaking.
Joke's on you. I don't have a conscience.
I've
Why
been
are you telling-
suppressed, motherfucker, but I'm back.
Come on.
Consciences are not necessary.
Yeah, don't do that because you got stag all of a sudden there.
What was the last thing I said? Let's check it.
Better?
There you go.
I'm literally just unplugging the microphone from my headset and then plugging it back in.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah,
to be
it's
working.
Yeah, so the fastest route seems to be of, well, shutting down the retractor beams, or the defenses, or the anti-missile craft, basically.
So, are we going full on Subnautica or only half on Subnautica?
Subnautica is a game where you have to gather resources and build your repair your submarine, right?
No, there's actually an entire story about how, and I won't spoil too much for people who haven't played, but basically, the ship that you were on was shot down by planetary defenses, and due to certain things that I've already alluded to during the stream, you cannot get off, and any rescue attempts also get shot down.
See, it's funny how through media and just general culture, story elements seems to be parallel. Like unintentional, right? But at the same time, it's the same story, just a different outcome on different paths to walk on.
Yeah, you do realize if anyone is watching this, they're gonna think you just plagiarized Subnautica now.
Call it what you will. I just call it, in any case, I can just call it fan fiction. And besides, it's our story to tell, and that's what makes it different.
In Subnautica, you come in on a spaceship, and it's pretty much like 95% water. There is land, not great, but whatever. But then, like here, it's like we came in on a flying ship, not a spaceship, and there are zombies. I'd say those are enough differences.
And there's a mystery to unfold. No, that's okay. Any story. Okay, so with that being said, do you agree with Jacob's plan?
To rebuild the ship?
Yeah, some of them are going to build a ship here
and
in the
then
base.
The others are going to go shut down the island defense systems.
Which is you
Wherever
guys.
those may be.
Yeah, whether it's just a crazy mage that's trigger happy, or if it's
Mhm.
actually alien artifacts that have been placed there.
So, what we're going to go over to now, or a mechanic I'm thinking I'm going to explain now, is the base mechanic. Because what you can gather from information is that you were pretty much immediately attacked after you crashed on it. So you have an idea that whichever presence is here is antagonistic towards you, which means that when you do rest, you want to rest safely, which gave me the idea of you establishing a base of operations. And I have several places noted on the map that you could have gone to that have different base ACs, and with room to improvement. Every one of them has slots. You can fill out and say, okay, we spent a bit of downtime to make this for the base, make it more defensible. Where you're currently at has a base AC of 10.
Hey, that's
Meaning
baseline.
it can be improved 3 times. It can build 3 upgrades to it to give it a base AC of 25. Meaning that while you're away, I'm going to roll attacks from the enemy forces, and if they hit over 25, something might happen. If they don't, nothing will happen to them.
Yeah.
They will be coming there and die before,
Base AC.
yeah. Right, a pun there. I snuck in unintended. You will then still have the opportunity of finding a different point that has like maybe a 15 base AC, but it can only be improved 2 times. You can also find one that has 20, but it can also only be improved once.
So ultimately, the base AC is always going to be the same, fully upgraded.
The maximum of it's going to be the same, yeah. But it's depending on how much time you put into it, because it's downtime. It's also a bit risky because things can happen during downtime that you're not, like, you can have random encounters at that point, I would say.
Okay, so I think we should first set up the autocannons.
Sorry, what is it? Autocamp?
Autocannons?
Okay.
I think we're in the wrong game for that.
Listen, I got a bullet with your name on here, and I'm going to keep firing until I find it.
That's a good idea, but I would like, well, any way you want to improve it, you can say that, okay, I'm going to spend 3 hours trying to improve our defenses there.
Well, seeing as ultimately, in the end,
Doesn't even matter.
all bases are equal,
What?
I think we should just let that person that wanted to sanctify the area sanctify the area. Plus, they want to build a ship, so kind of made this our permanent base regardless.
I mean, yeah, you're in a good spot for building a ship because you're close to the river. You're in the jungle, so there's plenty of wood.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want to help with place while we go do whatever.
Well, no, they can't because they're busy building the ship. You guys have to do the improvements.
But we're not clerics.
Well, she's going to cast that spell if you tell her to.
Nor do I really care.
Well,
I think
if they want to defend themselves while we're away, then go ahead.
I think casting Hallow would probably be a good idea. At least
Great, I can't hear anything now. Right. Do I have to? I hate headphone troubles. I can hear typing, that's it.
Oh, That's because no one's talking.
Yeah, we're
I was
waiting
just
for
typing
you.
up what I was going to say.
Oh. Okay, and she will do that. She takes out her incense and starts to build. It's going to take her 24 hours to build it, to make it spell work. I don't know what to do. I have these things, but they will need to be charged.
Alright, I guess we.
Otherwise, it's going to be a feedback loop. I mean, it's annoying.
We can prepare as much as we want, but unless we have a certain someone to guide us, who currently can't really
Or
reliably
know where
hear
we're
us.
going. Looking for.
Well, basically exploring, because you have no idea of how big the island is, what there is to it.
I was
So, well,
referring to the fact that we don't have a GM that can reliably hear, so until we have that, we can't really do anything. But since you seem to be capable of reliably hearing at the moment,
oh yeah. So now I'll just taking the headphones out of my phone. So I
So
hope.
I say we go to the place where we can get the best vantage point on the island. So I say up in the mountains, and
Somehow I knew you were going to say that.
Who's mountains of
is it
dwarves?
all dwarves that have fetishes for mountains, or is it just you?
what do you mean?
You
The
haven't.
first step's accepting it, lad.
You haven't says. You haven't stopped saying mountains since we got there.
Okay. Yeah. You can find it. You can always find a new base, and she can. Well, she can't cast the spell again. So if you tell her to cast it now, the spell will be spent unless you can find enough material components to make her able to cast it
Oh
again.
no, this place is fine. I just wanted to go up to someplace high so I can see everything. So I can
That's
see
also a
the
good
map.
idea. And you also see Rex casting Find Familiar, getting his rabbit back. And
Oh yeah, I'm also gonna cast Find Familiar.
is it going to be a
And
raven?
no, I'm gonna do a parrot.
Nice. That's a good choice.
It matches the
So,
background, and can I get a sheet for a parrot if there is one?
I don't know if there is one, um, but I'm just going to add a sheet. Um, call it Parrot.
So while they're doing all that, I'm going to slip off and say a quick prayer to my patron, ask him if he has any suggestions on where I should go.
Yeah.
I don't expect to hear anything, but just in case he has any hints.
Roll a religion check. You don't get any innate sense, but there is just a feeling of wanderlust.
Okay.
Of
Then,
you are
then-
on the right island, and you just need to explore and find.
okay. And then I'll also feed my snake.
It happily accepts
Your
it.
snake?
Yeah, little snake.
You're eating your snake.
No, I'm feeding it. I'm
Oh!
casting the spell again. So I'm giving it a morsel of food.
Here I'm thinking you're gonna engage in like 2 steps away from cannibalism.
It's a little more than 2, but yeah.
I mean, I was
Okay.
being generous with 2.
Okay, but I guess at this point, then you are off. Or whatever. I mean, you can do whatever preparations you feel like doing, or ignoring orders, or ignoring information statement as many for whatever reasons you want to. You are players and you have free will to choose.
Paralysis of choice.
Might as well go to the mountains or head that way.
Head towards the west.
I say we stay as far away from mountains as we possibly can, just to annoy the dwarf.
Well, let's just say you are currently very blind, so why don't we just roll a d4 if you can't choose? And also, there's also a chance you're just gonna get lost, so only need a survival check. And since we have 2 proficient in it, you can give each other advantage by using the help action.
I'll help you.
And you roll natural 20. Which direction do you want to go?
Hey, I helped you.
Henry?
He wants to go to the mountains, obviously.
I was muted. I guess west
You choose west.
towards the mountains.
Obviously.
That's where my character's been wanting to go this entire time.
He's got a fetish for mountains.
Okay, so
And
towards
he
the
won't
mountain,
let it go.
okay, which means you go. Sorry. I don't know how this works. Why isn't it doing it the way I wanted to?
No idea. I've never used that.
You come towards the other river. Or another river.
Does the river look deep?
I don't know. How would you find out?
Look into it.
I
Does it look deep?
place any. I drop my backpack and my greatsword.
Into the river. It sinks
No,
to the
no,
bottom.
on the river, on the side with everyone. I grab 50 feet. My 50 feet of silk rope. I'm guessing that's not enough to go across the river.
It's 150 feet wide.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any rope? I don't think this is gonna reach.
Is the river moving quickly or is it just
It's not a lazy river by any means. Yeah, it's moving pretty quickly.
How far away is the other side?
150 feet. I can easily swim this. My question is if you all have more rope to contribute so that I can actually provide you with a way of getting across that does not involve swimming.
Right. Make a perception check.
Oh, okay.
All of you. Pierre, you don't notice shit. You just see that the river is wide. C and Hogan, you notice that there isn't anything you would use to tie a rope to on the other side. Like there's no trees over there. Doesn't seem to be. And doesn't really have
0 to 14. I rolled a 20.
Oh, yeah. You also noticed it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't see any large rocks. You just see plains.
I mean, I'm confident in my strength. Let's just
That's
put it that way.
All right. So, what do you guys do with the river? You're still trying to find out how deep it is.
All right, I'll wade in. And by wade in, I mean I'll cross the river whilst trying to walk across it. As far as
You're not wearing heavy. You're not wearing heavy armor, are you?
No, regardless, I've stripped down to basically common clothes. But no, I am.
Right.
I would normally be wearing.
Right. So you wade in trying to keep your foot on the bottom, and after about 10 feet,
Should I mention that I'm 6'7"?
after about 10 feet, you just fall straight into the water, completely under.
All right, I swim to the other side.
Okay, you don't want to see how deep it goes? Fine.
I mean, like, I open my eyes underwater. It doesn't end well.
It's salty in your eyes. Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Salty river.
Oh wow.
6.
Just
Yes,
it isn't that hard of a DC, but you don't get a real sense of how deep it goes.
Wait, the river's salty?
It's
It
salty.
might be
Okay.
brackish.
Interesting.
Brackishly. It's
Rivers aren't guaranteed to be freshwater if there are salt rock deposits upstream.
Right. Well, like I said, that's interesting.
Yeah, we can go and mine some salt.
Alright. And you just
Well, and also
see
anything that drinks from the river is going to be upstream, so it's not going to be much feeding at this point.
It's not a good watering hole.
right. So you don't really see any bottom. It just becomes pitch black the further down you look.
Even
And
with
you
my
swim
dark.
up, even with your dark vision.
Okay, well, it's deeper than 60 feet, I guess.
Do you want to explore more?
I mean, as I said, I swim across, so.
Right. You get up back up so you can breathe and swim across. Make an athletics check. Athletics check DC 15. Easily. Not even with sweat. Like you get over there and like you would expect to be wet, from at least something, but you just completely dry.
I walked on the water.
And of course you're wet. Oh, no, it's just your hair.
Just my hair is wet.
The rest of your body decides to. No, it wasn't even sweat. You just produce so much heat swimming through the place that you just evaporate it off. All right, so you're on the other side of the river.
I break
Preston.
dance across the river, just my hair gets wet.
Okay, who is next?
I don't even have my stuff, I left it behind, so I swim back across the river.
Yeah, you do that with that at the same time, and this time it doesn't go that well for you, but you get it across.
Alright, this is not a good place to ford across.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a great plan.
Well,
I like just, be like, oh, I'll see how deep it is, walks 10 feet in, goes underwater, ends up on the other side.
Well then, let's find a different place then.
By the way, this water is salty AF. So if we go upstream, we could probably find some rock salt. Just saying.
I don't know how helpful that is because we are near an ocean.
Well,
Rock salt is easy to obtain without having to distill it, and we can use it to prepare foods for long storage.
And
They're
also,
building a boat back there, after all. They're
and
not
also
going to get that done in a couple days.
Pierre, due to your history of working in the spice trade, you know about rock salt. It's pretty good on like everything.
we probably will need supplies if we take a boat.
Well then, I guess let's head upstream and see where we can port it easier. Basically, yeah.
The second athletics check was to swim back to him.
Yeah.
All right. So you head further upstream. Reveal a bit more area. And suddenly you come towards a bit of a hilly area. And just beyond the hills, you can see like edges of like spires and towers that look um, like nature is about to overtake them, with vines growing from them.
That
I know
looks
we're
rather
getting close
promising.
to more elevated terrain, Pierre, but keep it in your pants.
What do you mean? This looks rather promising. Towers and such, it looks like there has been civilization.
So it's only mountains that you have a fetish for, not just all elevated terrain. Got it.
I do not have a fetish for mountains.
The first step's acceptance.
You hear over your Stones of Far speech. Yeah, this is your captain speaking, just checking in. How's the travel going?
I shout, I scream into my stone, and then say, "Yeah, it's going fine."
We kind of cut back to Jacob, like putting the stone away from his ear, like kind of like wincing. Then he was like, you know, you don't have to shout, right?
Ah, what? That's not how you activate this thing.
No, you just click the. You just hold your finger over the middle rune, and your thumb over the middle rune, and it activates. Speak.
Ah, I got it.
Right. Good.
I'm guessing you're still gonna shout every time you use
Yep.
And by the way, you guys can hear each other through the stones too. So
It's just a cacophony. Ah.
um, actually, yeah, making a car check on stones.
Me?
Pierre.
Oh, Pierre. Like you said, Dan. I was like, me?
You can see that there is a possibility of you creating a second channel on the stones. That will just be you four.
Do we each have a stone?
You
Yes.
each have a stone, yes.
Unless you didn't want one. They gave us 4.
I can probably create another channel just for us.
So that when if you were to be split apart in an area, you could, communicate silently with each other. As long as you have the stones.
I
Alright,
feel like
so
my
you-
character would be the guy that like leaves the stone broadcasting as he's going like off into the woods to like heed nature's call. He'd just be that kind of asshole.
Yeah. So as you're walking up the hills, it's nice to get out of the jungle a bit. So there's less humidity trapped around you, and there's a cool breeze in the air around you, which is nice. It's just really refreshing for you. And as you reach the top of the hill, you can see more of what's in front of you, which is a ruined city.
Oh,
Well, that's interesting.
And you see roofs that have been caved in through decay or any other means you don't really know. You see a building that's you would assume is a temple of sort due to its ornate nature. And like the whole architecture of this place is unlike any you have seen before. Yeah, you're a pretty well traveled man, and so are you, Preston, and that doesn't look anything like you've seen before. So
Pierre, what do your dwarven eyes see?
I see a ruined city. of unknown origins.
Pierre, in your dwarven experience, what do you see?
Can I roll for history or something?
Yeah, go ahead. Um, from what you've heard about the stories of Exaldria, there isn't really nothing describing the architecture. There's like a lot of imaginations of what it could look like, since people haven't been there, so they can't describe it. Or maybe they have been there and they described it in the way they thought it was true, but none of those seem to match up with what you're seeing.
Is Exaldria supposed to be on this island?
I think this is.
The island is Exaldria.
Ah. Well then. It is a city of unknown origin. No idea.
Thank you, Pierre. I guess you really are just infatuated with mountains.
Also, make me another perception check, all of you. So fishing. See, you're just focused on,
I'm playing with Little Snake.
yeah, and also like thinking about what that thing you're looking for could be. And so you just focus on the buildings for the most part. And Preston, you're occupied with the architecture of it, how it's so unsimilar to anything you've seen on your travels. Pierre and what the crap is the character's name? Pierre and Arokas Pitland. You notice that there are some movement in the streets. You see groups of, well, bodies moving.
There are things around.
Good
These
things?
bodies, do they look undead?
From this distance, it's hard to see.
It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking from the dark. Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. Try to scream.
Oh God, come on!
Terror takes the sound before you make
You
it.
hear with some of the far speech. That's enough. We don't want a copyright strike. You still have your finger on the bottom, Preston. You have to let go, Preston. You have to let go.
Let it go.
No,
Let it go.
Don't start.
Can't hold it back anymore.
Don't start.
Cause this is daylight.
Oh, come on!
Can't hold it back anymore. You should not have chosen that song. Because that kind of went with my inclination.
Did it?
Well,
I don't see the
And
connection.
let it go. Can't hold it back anymore.
about now, you've spent 6 hours walking towards there.
Okay, so it's still, it'd be what, early afternoon?
Hmm.
Yeah, let's go to the city. I see nothing to deter us.
Yeah, just the moving
in the
people.
shade.
They
I
could
don't
be
see any-
people, or they could be just more corpses.
I don't see any moving people.
You approach the walls of the city, and there are huge walls. They go up like, what's a good distance for walls? Dan, what's the average castle wall length?
Length or height?
Height. Sorry.
I don't
20?
know, but I think 60-foot high wall is a pretty decent high wall.
Let's go with 50 feet high wall then.
I mean, chances are that's like super duper high, and we're talking like Attack on Titan height.
Right, so probably.
I'd
You know
actually
what?
probably
Let's
say
make
like
it 25.
20 to 25 feet is probably.
Yeah, 25 and a half feet high. That's
25 feet,
still
6
plenty high.
inches.
You could climb that, but there will be some checks involved. So how are you going to get in?
I'll climb it.
You're running a perception check again? No.
I am looking for a gate.
Looking for a gate. Well, as there are actually gates by the river.
Are they open?
The floodgates seem to be closed. There's. No, I have to.
So should I roll athletics to
Yeah.
climb?
So you see also that the rivers kind of converge into the city, or they're coming from the city. That's at least what you're noticing as you walk next to it, that the river was flowing out towards the sea. And interestingly enough, as you look in, you don't really see. Actually, it looks absolutely beautiful. Like you see, these rivers seem to have uh, small lines in the ground going towards the center of the city.
Are these lines similar at all to the ones that we found in the cave?
No.
Okay.
So should I roll something to climb the
Well,
wall?
it's like kind of like if you draw. I'm just gonna draw it on the map, or draw freehand. Right, so basically, if you have this is a circle and it's flat, and the rivers go into the middle as like just on the surface of it, and they're smaller than the real rivers are. It's mostly like it's the rivers are even to the ground of the city.
So like this?
I mean, a bit more into the center.
Well, I mean, I just connected the ends.
Oh, there's a third river here. I mean,
Yeah, I wasn't. I was doing all this with my mouse, so it wasn't that straight.
Oh no, it was the uneven number of rivers that got me.
Yeah, but it kind of looks like the city is what's the word for it? Damn it, 3 languages. Can't find the word. It looks like the city is pressed into the water, in a sense. Or these lines, are even with the ground. And you see what?
Is the word you're looking for flush?
Flush with the ground. I think so. Flesh with the ground.
Flush.
what's it in German?
Yeah, now I can't know that. I don't know that.
Okay, that won't work.
Right, I'm gonna try my headphones again. See if that works now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So, and also the architecture here seems to have. And now that you look at it, and now that you see that the rivers connected to it, you kind of get a sense that there's like lots of water themed looks to it. Like there are columns that have aquamarines and sapphire hint colors and hints on them. And there's marble and all these pristine looking colors. Kinda. I don't know. In essence, the wall is 25 feet high. What are you doing?
I've been wanting to climb the wall, and I've been asking if I should be rolling.
Yes,
Should I roll
actually.
an athletics check?
Yeah.
Do I climb the wall?
You get 20 feet up. And now there's like this precipice over it, like this little overhang, so where it makes it difficult to get on top of the wall. What do you do?
I continue the struggle.
You succeed.
Okay.
You can take a leap of faith backwards and manage to catch your fingers onto the edge of it.
Like a certain franchise of games that won't die, but sometimes actually releases good games.
Dark Souls.
Not that one. That one's all good games, except for the one that doesn't exist in my book.
Yeah, sure. So now you are up on the wall. What the rest of you guys are?
Walking to the gate.
I lower my rope after tying knots in it. So I guess I spend like 10 minutes tying knots in the rope at like regular intervals. And then I lower the now shortened rope, probably about 40 feet, I think is the standard rope.
Sure, you do that as Elkos is going towards the gate.
Is the gate open?
Well, the river is kind of moving to the city, right? So there is a gate where that happens. But there are iron bars struck mesh with the ground on them. I should do let's move out of the city. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm still going to the gate. Just check it out.
Oh, right.
I have lowered the rope.
You take a look into the city through the gates of it and the bars, and you are now definitely sure that make a perception check.
But you're missing something. Was he definitely
You
sure
see
about?
one of the bodies shamble from behind a building, and that doesn't look right.
There's zombies.
Are its arms raised at like 40 or 90-degree
You
angles?
realize not all zombies, right?
They don't do that, but it there's a bit of head missing.
I'm well aware that zombies all don't dance the Thriller, but it's a joke, and I'm taking it way too far, as I want to do.
Oh yeah, it's way too. You're past way too far.
You start to scream.
You're almost to the point where I just mute you.
Fair enough.
That happens.
I'll let a dead joke die.
So, if you want to climb Preston's rope, it's going to be a DC 10 athletics check.
DC 10 is a. Sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
Yeah, I'm just
athletics check to climb up the rope that I have lowered for you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stealth in.
You're going to stealth in through the gate, through the bars?
Yeah.
Or are you going to stealth up the rope?
Okay. I'll attempt to climb the rope.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm surprised I succeeded.
If I use pitons or pitons, would that help I roll any?
I will give you advantage.
Great. I will use however many of those I need to.
I just realized this is the wrong character. I thought it was another character. I call it rope. I thought I had Missy Step.
You didn't even need it.
Nope.
Yeah, I can write what. Oops.
You, what do you want to do, Justin, with that rope?
I just climbed up the rope. I thought I had Misty Step. I was thinking of the wrong character.
Actually, you don't climb, you flip up the road. It looks amazing.
Of course, everything I do looks amazing. What you talking about?
You even land with a flourish and a light bow.
As you are flipping up the rope and you get to the top, we like high five each other, do like a really weird secret handshake that we both seem to just have come up with on the spot at the same time, the same exact secret handshake. And then we all just completely forget that entire thing happened, and you just look cool.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Sure. That's what happened. Well, guys, you're on top of the wall, and you can see that there's what looks to be an old dilapidated palace over there, and temple over there.
I lower the rope down the other side of the wall so people can climb down if they so desired.
Are there stairs going down the wall?
There is,
Hey! I
by the guard tower.
coil up my rope.
You
I
basically
start walking that way, but look.
there, and you can go over here where there's a tower, and you can go down. So you walk over there, right? You notice that there is kinda stench in the air coming from that room. And while you don't see any signs of struggle or blood, you do get an uneasy feeling from it.
So I'm gonna reach over, flip my eye patch up for a second.
You have an eye patch?
I do, over my right eye. Use divine sense.
Okay. To start with, you get an splitting headache. Okay, it's only within 60 feet. Ugh. So you don't get a splitting headache. It's manageable, the headache you get. And I'm guessing you take a spin around.
Yeah. Yeah, it lasts for like 6 seconds. 10 seconds, however you read it. Because it's until the end of my next turn.
You get the 3 flips in the room in front of you, and you get like 60 in. No, that's too close. Too many and too close. 20 in within 60 feet of you. And that's also considering the ground below you.
Great. I'll flip my eye patch back down, pull out my rapier, and tell everyone, got undead in the next room. I'm assuming it's undead. That I sense.
Oh, is that eye patch just for show?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean,
Make a
it
deception
seems
check.
like it would be a pretty big detriment in battle not having depth perception.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Okay. You believe him. Unless you, of course, you can be a 19.
Inside.
You believe him.
Wow. It's not your night, is it?
No, no, it's not. Unless I'm climbing walls or swimming across rivers.
Well, this
Okay,
is
what do you guys do?
Well, I've got my weapon out. I'm going
this.
to slowly approach the room that the stench is coming from.
Right, you look briefly behind you and see Orakas is turning invisible. The rest of you guys also see that. You approach the door. The stench is getting more pronounced.
I will knock on the door.
You knock on the door.
Huh.
Uh, just for the sake of it, I know this is not like what actually happens. Yeah, hello.
Room service.
Room service. Oh, did anybody here order room service? Trying to see, find.
Hang on.
Okay. You don't get an immediate response.
So he knocks on the door. I just kind of room service.
You don't get an immediate response to it.
Okay.
Try housekeeping.
I'm going to kick the door down.
Housekeeping.
Okay. Could you give me like 5 more minutes? I'm just looking for a map.
Yep.
That's
I'm
convincing.
assuming it's not going to be difficult to kick the door if the place is as dilapidated as it sounds.
But then again, you have a -1 to athletics, so try to roll for it.
Okay. Is it just strength? Or would it be...
I'll let you
Typically
use it.
strength or
Athletics.
athletics.
You kick the door frustratedly. I put my hand.
The
I
wood
put my
needs
hand
to
on your
hold
shoulder
together
and
for
remove my hand
just
from your
a
shoulder
moment
after seeing
longer.
your snake. I say, "Would you like me to try that?" I've kicked down a few doors.
Come on.
Why do you check my strength first?
I don't need multiple floors. I just need.
Yep, I'll give it a try.
Few doors. Thump.
I let's see, just check.
I guess
Yeah, before you manage to kick the door down, it bursts into your face as 3 zombies come rushing out to attack you guys.
Man.
Roll for initiative.
can you put us on the map?
Yeah, so I would, but I haven't found the right map yet.
You
It's
could just draw a square.
fine. I'll just draw a square.
Like take us onto a blank map and like draw a few squares.
Objects, tokens. Can I draw a shape? Draw a shape. Worm.
Yeah,
We.
like draw a rectangle for the wall and draw a square for the room. That's a map.
It's a map.
Not him. He's not here. He's not here to help you. You are all alone.
Oh yeah, where's
See.
Justin's character?
He's invisible.
He left us. He left us.
Oh, I already have either Preston. Pierre, you're the last one. And now I just need to add the sound piece.
Now begins the killing, followed by a light salad.
Okay. Let's just quickly make a door. It's yellow.
Nice.
So here. Let's come Russian here. Have last. One is there, and one managed to get here.
Was there literally any reason that you sent that Discord message instead of saying that out loud? Like, did the stream not see it?
Yeah, the stream doesn't see that.
Oh.
That was information for us, just in case if anybody was watching, they had to hear me here. Hey, the store's getting pretty bad at my house.
You need to bring us onto the map.
I didn't say it out loud. I was just wondering if it was visible to the rest of the stream.
No, the stream only sees the roll 20.
Okay. That's
Okay, guys, roll for initiative.
Oh, also, I've got to put my parrot on here.
so colorful.
These just look like
I'll just have the parrot go on my turn because that's the easiest thing.
That's fine. Minus 2 win.
I'm guessing we're on the wall, and this is the room they're bursting out of?
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
So,
Oh, is Justin's character actually here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Invisible.
I'm just invisible.
Indivisible.
Under God.
That's controversial.
There's 0 people watching right now.
You can't say that on live television. Good
Well,
dreaming.
Yeah, you might insult our viewer.
there's no viewers. Who am I insulting?
A singular viewer.
so what if there are no viewers? Are you having fun?
You might insult our theoretical viewers.
What
You
about
might
people who
insult
watch
our
the VOD?
GM.
What about the people who watch the VOD?
Oh,
Think
yeah,
about the VODs, man.
There are people who do watch this VOD, so if you're watching the VOD, sorry that I said under God.
I'm sorry I got religious.
See, you are not surprised by them bursting through the door.
I'm also not surprised.
Oh no, they're zombies.
None of us are surprised.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Combat is started.
I'm gonna step up, attack. 24, I'm assuming hits.
Yep.
If it misses a zombie, then we have bigger problems.
That's a pretty good hit. You
I rolled max damage.
yeah. You like cut an arm off just directly. It's just gone now. It's almost like it didn't. You did so much damage to it in that one hit. It's almost like it never had an arm to begin with.
It ceased to exist.
It seems to have an arm. And yeah, is that your turn?
Yeah. Pretty sure
Okay,
poison.
Preston.
Ah!
That hits. Roll damage. That's also a pretty big hit.
That's pretty shit. It's pretty shit.
Pretty big hit. It slides into the zombie and it kind of like and I reels back from the hit and it's spitting both blood and spit from its mouth.
Bleh.
Do you want to use your bonus action for anything?
No.
Okay.
Okay. My parrot decides to aid me in attacking. And I've got to shoot this one.
Well, you have to move the parrot over.
Oh yeah. My parrot is fluttering in front of its facing, being distractive. And
It's using the vocabulary that I taught it.
And
It is midnight.
firebolt.
Not that vocabulary.
8 damage
For
to
8
this zombie.
damage. Okay, yeah. You burn it real good. Like, really good. You're surprised it's still alive.
I am surprised it's still alive.
Well, you're splitting damage, and yeah, just needs one more hit.
Am I supposed to add a damage modifier to firebolt? I can't remember.
No.
Not just
Later it adds your modifier to it, but now it doesn't. No. You want to use a bonus action for anything?
Oh, I'm good.
I actually technically use a bonus action to command your familiar, so. Arrogas. Yeah, I crit.
Wait, you have advantage?
Oof. 34 damage. Okay. Just.
If that, I don't think that zombie's still alive.
well, hang on. It has to roll Constitution saving throw with a DC 22. Oh, a 5 for the 27 with a DC of 27. And it gets a +3 modifier.
Probably dead.
It's dead.
Wow, it's so dead because it rolled in that one.
You pop out of invisibility, and your psionic energy is around your rapier as you just thrust it up into the chest of the zombie, and you see the psionic energy pulls in and then blast outwards, hitting, exploding its back and its body crumbling beneath it. The guts and gore hit the parrot next to see. It's dead.
Kids casually, that's my turn.
Just gonna add an X so I know. Okay, it was the one that was next up. So instead, it's this one's turn, and he has 30 feet, and he is going to want to eat somebody. Now, who does he want to eat?
bird looks pretty tasty.
Oh,
Chicken.
nose. Actually, let's just roll a 1d4.
1d4, 1d4.
And which number do you guys want to be? You'll be 1.
I'll be
go
3.
You'll
Two.
be 3, and then. Sorry?
4.
You'll be 4, so sorry. And it's you.
It's gonna be me.
It will move up towards you, and it will try to hit you with its lock-like arms. I had an icon for him. Slam, slam, blam. Does a 10 hit you?
Swish, swish, pish.
Its turn is over. And it's this one's turn. It's pretty much on death's door. So it looks. Yeah, it's going to attack you. Let's see. Does a 20 hit?
20 does hit.
You take 4 damage.
Okay.
Actually, no, it doesn't catch fire from the firebolt. So wait. See, it's your turn.
I'm gonna hit it back. 14.
Surprisingly, that misses.
Okay.
I'm
Then
kidding,
I'm
it
going
hits.
to move. Oh, does it?
It hits, yeah, of course.
There are zombies.
13.
It
Yeah, I rolled max
goes
damage.
down. Okay, it's going to double check that roll.
Trying.
Okay, it's what DC 18.
Do I want
One,
to?
two.
I guess it's too late now.
Wait, how do you? What's that +2 mod?
Dueling.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
So
you
I
are
get +2 attack
rapier
for
into the throat of the
using a single weapon.
zombie and cut up, um, exposing the trachea and basically severing the jaw in two. It is about to fall backwards from the blow, but then it just back up again and is in your face with its tongue literally falling between its split jaw.
I should have used a smite. I didn't want to waste him, but I should have used it.
I don't think that would have helped.
Yes, because it's radiant damage, which I believe, at the very least, it would increase the DC.
Yeah, but it still rolled a natural 20.
I don't think they even get a roll if it's radiant.
Unless the damage is radiant or from a critical hit. Oh, which just means that, yeah. Yeah, you killed it in one without even bothering.
What's my turn?
Yeah, press that.
Yeah, I will move there, just to give flanking to anyone who wants to do so.
Sure, I'll take that. Ah,
That still hits.
what?
See, advantage.
Oh, right, advantage. 14.
Yeah, it still hits.
Yep, so 15 damage.
Okay, that makes it a DC of 20. It fails. How do you want to do this, Preston?
Vertical slice downwards. Helm splitter kind of thing.
Okay. You look at what Zeke had already done to it, and kind of like, alright, I get that, and
Finish the
take
job.
a great sword and just slash it so it hits the top of the skull, breaks through the skull, through the cut that always was there, through the throat, down to midsection, and then just the rest of it just falls apart into two pieces. And Pierre.
Okay, parrot number 1. Gonna fly here. Aid me, and I'm gonna shoot this up.
Why do I get a feeling that I'm going to have to teach all of your parents how to swear? And when I say that, I mean there's going to be.
I'm assuming 23 hits for 3 damage.
Okay, it burns a little bit.
Yep, and the parrot provides flanking to me.
Wait, do you have the Warcaster feat?
It doesn't actually. It
Oh,
can
never
give
mind.
you
Never mind.
advantage
I was
because of the
thinking.
8 action. It can't threat. It isn't threatening.
Oh,
zombie.
yeah, I guess not.
Parrots aren't very threatening.
I don't have the Warcaster. Do we get a free feed at the beginning of the game?
Only if you're human.
No, I got confused. I thought you were the parrot. So I was like, you're firing off a ranged attack in hand to hand. That would be a disadvantage.
You
not
thought
having-
I was the parrot.
thought you were the parrot. Shut up.
Is that Warcaster? I don't think Warcaster gives that.
I thought Warcaster allows you to.
Warcaster allows you to make
You can
magic spell
cast
attack of
Semantic without, or with your hands full. Cast a spell as a reaction instead of an attack, and you get advantage on concentration checks.
Oh,
It's still super good.
yeah. But does not.
Justin, it's your turn. You hit. It's still up. Yeah. It's take off the +2. Alright, that's enough to send it down. And it comes back up again. Okay, that guy's dead. That's that. The woman was dead, but actually, you know what? Yeah, the woman is dead. I'm just. Sorry, Pierre. Sorry, Preston. That wasn't supposed to be you.
Wait, it's attacking me?
No, it just put an X on your head.
Oh. I wasn't paying attention.
And this zombie is going to continue attacking the guy he had been trying to attack. And try to kill him unsuccessfully, I believe.
That misses.
And it's C's turn.
No flanking. I'll just move and attack.
Go ahead.
That'll miss.
That actually misses.
Yep.
I think the parrot's feathers get in the way. So you can you assume the zombie is there, but it just moved barely an inch and you miss.
Try to attack it again. I think
You hit.
Oh, you're right.
Showing off how much better you
Wow.
are than
That's
C.
even worse damage than previously.
It goes down, and then you see the body shift and get back up again.
It's still alive.
You realize you can make
Bird's gonna provide advantage, and I'm gonna shoot with firebolt. Oh wow!
mine. You just double crit on
Right,
this thing.
and with that you crit kill it. If fire incinerates it. It's
You wasted your double crit on 4 damage. I mean, good job. You killed it.
okay. So how many rounds did that last? You think?
It was. I made 3 attacks,
3, yeah.
That's it.
and that was the first one, so like 2.5 rounds.
Just gonna roll a quick perception check.
So around 18 seconds.
Oh no,
20 plus -2. -2. What considering? I'm gonna give them an even roll. No, -2 at first. Oh, I could do it that way. Also, that makes it a +1. What's receiving? What's all you guys' passive stealth?
Passive's just 10 plus skill, 15.
15 for you.
16.
15.
My passive perception or passive stealth?
Well,
Passive stealth.
My passive stealth is 12.
Okay. And Preston?
12.
Oh. Medium of that is, that's a 14. Base DC of 14. Okay, everything is fine. Today is yours to do what you want to do. And with that, we will end tonight's session.
That was fun.
I can basically explain my mechanic for that is that since there's a lot of undead in the city, they're gonna have a chance of spotting you if you choose direct combat with them. which means I'm gonna to get a plus to spotting you, just a +1 for each round of combat to the perception.
Well, let's end here.
Yeah.
Do this. Everyone say goodbye.
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 All right. Well, that was fun for tonight. We will be back in 2 weeks as we continue this adventure. Having a lot of fun, and hope to see you guys next time. Bye.